Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your daily tarot reading for Monday, October 21st, 2019. If you haven't, guys, make sure to subscribe, and thank you to all of my subscribers. I couldn't do this without you guys. It really does help the channel, and it helps me continue to do these videos. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. Today, the sun is still in Libra, the moon is going from Cancer into Leo, and we're just a couple days away from the sun entering Scorpio. So energy is kicking up, and we're in that last, I believe, the last quarter of the moon. We have got a waning half moon today. So let's see. Actually, I don't know if I want to use this deck. I picked up the Hobbit deck, but what deck do we want to use? I kind of want to use the Gustav Klimt deck to start it off here. I feel like we're going to end up using a lot more than one deck, though. If you guys want to book a private reading, all that information is right below this video in the description box, along with the code for 20% off of your Teespring order. And I have some new fun October designs up there. Stare in the Cauldron. The new Libra design as well. Let's see. All right. Energies for today. What is the general energy for today? You know what? I don't want to pull the general energy with this card. I actually want to start off with the details, and then we're going to pull a card for the general energy. It's really... All right. I guess that's what Spirit wants, so we're going to go with it. It's like these cards just don't feel like they're going to give me what I'm asking exactly. But then again, does life ever give you what you're asking for? All right. What's this? This is really weird. I think that as we go to Scorpio season, and with all the planets that are already in Scorpio, we're already in a lot of that energy already. I think it's kind of having us kind of work through these layers here of, I think for a lot of us, self-confidence, and I don't know, I think a lot of us have had to just kind of break through a certain level in terms of mind over matter here is what it feels like. Let me actually get a card before I continue here for the general energy. We're using, yeah, this is what we needed the Hobbit deck for. Okay. So Gustav Klimt and the Hobbit deck today. And if you guys haven't, do go check out the pick a card reading that I have up on my Instagram. I did a pick a card end of October guidance messages. So you can pick out of those three and then go and check out the meaning and the messages for you. Let's see, what else do we need to know about today? The general energy. Yeah, we kind of got to work our way through this. This is a judgment moment here. Okay, so we actually got 3 cards for this. I knew it wasn't just going to be one. There's a lot of complexity to today. I mean, but isn't there always when we've got Scorpio in the mix here, especially Scorpio and Mercury that's in its shadow period. We got Scorpio in Venus. Oh my God, and we're moving on to Sun in Scorpio. There's also a lot of other interesting astrological things going on, you know. I want to say there's a trine today, but I'm not positive. I think it has to do with Venus and, correct me if I'm wrong, Neptune. But we need to be aware of where we've glamorized situations and really look at the reality of what it is. And I think that today, I mean, I'm sorry, because you guys always have to look at these backwards when I hold it up to the camera, but it was the Fool, Judgment, and then the 10 of Swords. There is definitely something coming up here, and it's kind of, we have to know that this is part of the journey. I know that's a really strange message, and I know that everybody's probably heard it a million times, but life is full of hills and valleys, and it's not that we're in a valley right now, because I think that our perspective is just kind of skewed on it. I think that we need to look at it from a more strengthened and built up perspective rather than breaking ourselves down. But the Fool, Judgment, and Ten of Swords, something needs to be confronted. And we kind of just have to recognize that this needs to be confronted as it's part of the journey. Knight of Swords, Four of Wands. And it's interesting because I can't tell if these cards, any of the Gustav Klimt cards, wanted to be upright or reversed. And that's why I feel like lately the readings have been so like weird. But the Empress, so I just kind of took them upright, except for the Nine of Pentacles, which I did leave reversed. But I think that all of these cards could go either way. If we want to look at things from a negative perspective and not recognize what we do have, not recognize the gifts, the things that we've brought in, even, you know, things that we don't control versus things that we do control, we have to be happy and proud of something here today. And if we're only going to look at the negative, the money, that I'm missing out on this, and I'm, you know, I deserve this, we're going to start comparing ourselves, it feels like, to other people and get really mad about it. So again, don't look at things with that gilded layer. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've looked at things, you know, people especially, if we've been comparing ourselves, you know, oh, well, this person's life is looking amazing, all this stuff, it looks like that on Instagram or, you know, Facebook or whatever. Know that like when you go on social media and when you go and you look at other people, you're not going to see the cracks, you're not going to see the layers underneath and how they got there and how everybody's been through this. And I think that's what we have to remember here today, is that we're kind of treating this energy, and I know that these all look really good because I put them upright, but they were not all upright. They literally all came out on their sides and they were spinning, spun themselves around. So I really can't, I just feel like we can spin ourselves around today in circles, but what we need to remember is to be thankful and to be happy exactly where we are, to appreciate, you know, how far we've come, to give ourselves a bit of a pat on the back here, because I think that there is a tendency to glamorize the wrong situations and to beat up the stuff that we should probably be a little bit more satisfied and proud about. And if things are coming up, you know, where we maybe have let things slide, you know, I feel like some of us, if it's debts, if it's payments, if it's situations that haven't evened out, that's going to be up in the forefront today, and we're going to have to just deal with it as it comes, even if it does feel very stressful. Like, this is a moment of judgment, you know, it's a make or break. What do we pick here? What do we do? It calls you to make a better decision, I think, than you did before, and to treat yourself kinder than you did before, when these feelings, this stress, this whatever this is came up again. But again, I just think, wow, let me just get a couple more. This is very weird and interesting. I'm trying to find the right word to like describe it. There's a lot of I think it's just the Libran energy with mixing up all this deep Scorpios, that we're trying to focus on the beauty and the loveliness and all the good things, but there is some really stark reality in contrast with that, and really stark emotions, feelings, concerns, emotional concerns that are very destabilizing, to the very opposite desire to ignore them and enjoy all this beauty and energy and all this nice stuff, yet at the same time, so it's like, it's very confusing, it's very all over the place. I'm trying to find a way to kind of ground this here, but it's a very, the readings lately have been so in flux, like, it's needing to stay grounded in the middle of all this and treat yourself a little bit kinder. Even if, you know, we have messed up, even if things haven't been in alignment and we have been focusing too much on the beauty, it's like you have to roll with the punches here, whether it's fun or not. And for a lot of us, it doesn't feel that fun. It feels like almost like a personal attack type of feeling. Judgment again. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to change? I think for a lot of you guys here, this feels like more, and I think that this has come up a lot lately, but it has to do with our security in ourself. Do you really believe that you can't do something, or do you really believe that you can? If you're going for something and, you know, your heart and soul isn't really in it, and you don't genuinely believe in yourself, which is kind of what she always indicates when she's reversed to me. It's a dissatisfaction of what we've built up, not seeing the results that we want, getting really focused on the material. And I always feel like she compares herself very much to the images that others present of themselves. So for whoever this is resonating with, you need to come back into alignment and realize, you're the Empress. What you manifest is reality. So if you continue to manifest all this negative energy, and I feel like this came up a couple days now, it's been coming up quite a bit, that, this message has just really been hitting me, is like, if a computer is running slow, and I think I said this the other day, you're going to be like, what's making it run slow? You have to look at what's running in the background. Is it negative thinking? Is it really not believing in yourself deep down and thinking, oh, this is just going to be another rejection, or this will never work out. If you have like a little voice or something deep down that says that to you again and again, no matter how many times you go for something and say you're really confident, it's not going to work out. So it's time to release that and kind of become the fool about it and stop thinking so hard about what other people think, how other people are doing it, comparing ourselves to others. It's just, you got to go for it and be wholeheartedly invested in it in that moment when you go for it, and throughout the whole process. And that could be a really hard release for some of you. It could involve, building yourself up in a way where, maybe I thought I was confident, but it just kind of feels like you need to deal with that buzzing in the back of your head there that says that you really can't. Those feelings. Oh, well, it comes right off of the top of the deck there, the Hierophant. Your higher self knows better. You have the knowledge, you have the intuition. Reach out to your higher self, reach out to your guides, reach out, whoever it is that you need to. It relies in spirit, everything kind of rolls back to that. Everything kind of goes back to the source, which is, again, your own beliefs, your spiritual beliefs about this. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, because I feel like for a lot of you, this might have to do with a material thing or a love situation, but confidence comes from somewhere deep inside you, and the Hierophant knows that. It involves practice. It involves talking to somebody who's maybe older and wiser, getting that kind of, pep talk. Some of you guys might need that pep talk today from that older, wiser person. Or it could be really that you just need to take this a little bit slower and recognize that something within you, in terms of your mindset, in terms of how you set your goals, how you treat yourself in the pursuit of these goals, is what holds you back and what needs to be really changed here. This is a more spiritual journey than maybe we expected it to be. But these are big cycles ending. And for me, this has a lot to do with mindsets. What kills us in the mind, what stabs us mentally again and again, and what continues to ruin things. I think it's really just within you. And I feel like, again, this, for some of you guys might get irritated, because maybe you'll be like, this is redundant. This has come up a couple days now, but it has. I mean, the energies are like that. It'll stick around that way, especially in Scorpio season, because Scorpio season makes us close those doors, makes us end cycles, makes us look at things that are extremely uncomfortable. It makes us go through the layers and really just clean house. It's not like it's going to be that pleasant for everybody, but this is to help you get to where you want to go, right? You really have to believe it. You want to get there. We want to manifest this happiness, this abundance, this kind of peaceful feeling. We want that, but you got to go through the battles. You got to go through all of this crap to kind of get there. And it's all internal. It's all in your head here. So kind of make like the fool and trust that everything's going to be okay. Adopt that kind of energy. It's almost saying to be careless, but it's kind of like, just take on this energy to deal with all this stuff that you have to deal with here, to move beyond whatever it is that you need to be releasing, whatever it is that you need to move past, even if it's, not so much like money, debts, or things like that. It's whatever it is that you needed to put out there. Apologies, feelings, reaching out that one last time, letting something go that really didn't work out. I don't know. It's really big today. Oof. What a big Monday message, right? Let's get an oracle card here. We get, dawn, the light after the darkness. Love it. So, should you receive the dawn card, you're being reminded that you're being reminded that there is always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here. Have hope. This is that moment. This is the push through. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. For some of you, that might be the case, that your children are affecting your love life, and maybe we have some big decisions to make here that involve children. I think maybe this involves needing to heal your inner child, maybe. So try to go about that. Try to, you know, speak to your inner child. What does your inner child want? What does it need? And just kind of go with that energy. Feed it a little bit today, because you need to, in order to get yourself through this. There's a childlike energy that needs to be adopted, a childlike innocence, naivety, to just throw yourself into this without thinking so hard about it, because we need to move past this. And I think that we've been so caught up in the head that we haven't done the action. Ooh, all right, big messages today. I hope you guys enjoyed the messages. Wishing you guys nothing but the best today. Check out the pick a card reading over on Instagram. I'm going to try to get the November readings out this week, so keep an eye out for those, and have a wonderful and blessed day, guys. Make sure to subscribe, share, and comment below how it resonates, okay? If you want to book a reading, if you want to get 20% off of your Teespring order, all that information is right below this video in the description box. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Namaste.